Hello friends, you all are life science students and want to do research. This course is titled Introduction to Research Methodology. Here in this session, we are going to learn what is research, what is scientific method, what are scientific principles, and what are different research study designs. I am Rajendra Chaure from the Institute of Science, Mumbai. In this video, we are going to study Introduction to Research Methodology, in which we will see definition of research and the scientific method. Then we are going to study purpose of research, characteristics of a good research study, types of a research study, study design and its types. Look at the diagram carefully. It's a cyclic diagram. Research is also a cyclic process. And the method which is used to conduct research is called as the scientific method. Your research will not be accepted if you fail to follow the scientific method. And what are the different steps in scientific method? You go for observations first. You observe your environment, you observe your surrounding population, and then based on that, you ask questions. To know more about those questions, to fine tune the questions, you go for search of previous body of knowledge. That is called as literature search. Based on literature search, you go for the design of hypothesis. Hypothesis is a tentative question which you want to answer. Then you go for collection of data. That collection of data involves careful planning of surveys or careful planning of experiments. And based on your data, you draw conclusions. Then you will share your results, you will develop interventions, and people or you yourself will ask new questions. Again, that will lead to observations, then new questions will be there, process will continue. Scientific method or any research is an iterative process. It goes on continuously. Many people have fascination for research and they have developed very different ideas about research. But before starting your journey to research, you must know what is the actual definition of research, what is the scientific method which is used to carry out the research, what different scientific principles are there, and what are different research study designs. At the end of this course, you will be able to find out your research problem, fine tune your research problem by doing literature survey, design the methods which you want to conduct to collect data, interpret data, draw necessary conclusions, which will be the new addition to the field of knowledge. Research is defined in many ways, and these are working definitions of research. One is it's a scientific investigation of innovation, then it's a search of knowledge and related information on a specific topic. Research is systematic investigation into, and it's a study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. This definition says that research finds for the new knowledge. Then it's a scientific and systematic search for pertinent or required information on a specific topic. Specific topic is important here. And it's an original contribution to the existing knowledge, making for its advancement and development. Everywhere in these definitions, it is specified that research adds to the existing knowledge and advances the knowledge, and it leads to development of knowledge as well as the society. Then base of research is scientific method. Why scientific method is essential? Because it's a method which finds solution of any problem in a systematic way so that nobody will doubt the conclusions. In case of scientific and logical solution of the research problem, a systematic method is necessary. And the method used for research is the scientific method. If your research is not according to scientific method, then it will not be believed by the population. Now we are there at the formal definition of research. Up to this point, we have understood that research is the addition to existing base of knowledge, which leads to advancement of the knowledge, which leads to development of the knowledge. The first definition is from Advanced Learners Dictionary, current English, and it says that research is a careful investigation or inquiry, especially through search for new facts in any branch of knowledge. Then second definition says that it's a systematized effort to gain new knowledge. This definition is by Redman and Mori. Then third definition is research is a movement from the known to the unknown. And in third definition, we have the previous knowledge and research will take it further to know the unknown thing. And in first two definitions, it is careful investigation or a systematized effort. Everywhere, method is emphasized. Research relies on that. We will now see a more systematic definition of research. And according to Clifford Woody, research comprises of defining and redefining problems. It involves formulating hypotheses or suggested solutions, then collecting, organizing, and evaluating data, making deductions and reaching conclusions, and at last, carefully testing the conclusions to determine whether they fit the formulating hypothesis. And here we learn that research involves reiterating process of asking questions and answering the questions. And everywhere they collect, organize, and evaluate data in a systematic way. They analyze the data to make deductions and then reach the conclusions. Those conclusions will be tested further to determine whether they fit the formulating hypothesis. And through all these definitions, now we have our own definition. In essence, the research for knowledge through objective and systematic method of finding solution to a problem is research. Basic understanding is there now that we are searching for knowledge, and for that we are not subjective, we are objective and use a systematic method to find the solution to our problem. Now we will start discussion on the scientific method. Scientific method, as we discussed earlier, is the base for research. The first definition of scientific method is: the scientific method is the principal methodology by which scientific knowledge is gained and disseminated. It includes various principles and procedures for the systematic pursuit of knowledge. Scientific method involves the recognition and formulation of a problem, the collection of data through observation and experiment, and the formulation of testing of hypotheses. This definition is from How to Conduct Scientific Research, Archives of Neuropsychiatry. And here we see that scientific method is the base of research. It's a methodology by which scientific knowledge is obtained. Second definition says that scientific research is a neutral, is not biased, systematic, it's very organized one, follow a path, well-defined path. It's a planned and multiple step process that uses previously discovered facts to take knowledge further. And this knowledge does not exist in previous literature. It is the advancement of knowledge. New knowledge shall be searched through the scientific research. Scientific method can be classified as observational or experimental with respect to data collection techniques. It can be descriptive or analytical with respect to causality. What are the different factors responsible for a particular observation? Then it can be prospective, means can go ahead in time or can go back in time, means it will try to understand events happen in past, or it will look for the events or happenings in a particular cross section of time. Then what are different elements of scientific method? In a scientific method, the data is analyzed with the most appropriate statistical methods and is rearranged to make more sense. Scientific method can be considered as storytelling. We have to write script, we have to shoot the video, and we have to edit the video to make it a perfectly understandable story. However, the results of scientific methods are not always sufficiently clear. You may not understand the concept fully to its depth. Therefore, multiple re-evaluations of data is necessary. Then that data will be tested using review of the literature. If precedences are there, then that data will be confirmed. If precedences are not there, then re-evaluation of data can be there. Then interpretation of results in light of previous research are required. Only after completing these stages, a research can be written and presented to the scientific society, can be communicated to the population. And a well conducted and precisely written research should always be open to scientific criticism, should always attract questions, and should also follow certain ethical rules all through its stages. It shall not trample on the ethical rules or ethical rights of any stakeholder or any factor of this universe. Then, what is the purpose of research? If you consider about microbiological research, then different applications of research are there. Those applications are in medical immunology. Those can be in glycosylation biology and fungal defenses, can be natural product and biosynthesis, bacterial physiology we can study, salmonella pathogenesis can be studied. These are different examples of purpose of research or applications of research. If we consider objective of research in further details, the objective of research is to discover answer to various questions using scientific procedures. Then these objectives can be classified into a number of groupings, each have its own specific purpose, can be broken down into different parts, and each of this part is very important to answer that problem. That research include exploratory or formulative or descriptive, diagnostic and hypothesis testing research studies. We'll discuss this further. Then microbiology research is devoted to publishing reports on prokaryotic and eukaryotic microorganisms such as yeast, fungi and bacteria, archaea and protozoa. Research on interactions between pathogenic microorganisms and their environment or hosts are also covered in my research. The research should be original and include molecular aspects to generate a significant contribution of broad interest. And research includes studies in various sections such as microbiology, genetics, molecular and cell biology, metabolism and physiology, signal transduction, development, biotechnology, phytopathology, and many other fields. And it shall be always considered very carefully that what are the criteria for a good research study. First, it shall originate with a question or a problem. Your research shall start with a question or a problem, shall have clear articulation of goal. You shall say clearly what you want at the end of your research. It shall follow a specific plan. A well designed procedure is required. Then it often divide a main problem into sub problems. That is the top down approach. You break down your problem into different sub problems so that you can tackle those very easily. Then your research shall be guided by a specific problem, question, or hypothesis. Then accept certain critical assumptions. Those assumptions are required because sometimes conditions may not be in your control. You can assume those conditions and you have to clearly state those assumptions before communicating your results. Then it require collection and interpretation of that data. Without collection of the data, without interpretation of the data, you cannot say that you have carried out the research. And it is cyclic in nature. The solution which you provided to the problem shall attract questions, and those questions shall lead to further observation and shall lead to further definition of question, and again the process shall continue. Then the main types of research studies are as follows. Now we are at the types of research study. Then descriptive research is there, analytical research is there, applied research is there, basic or fundamental research is there, quantitative research is there, experimental research is there, and qualitative research, conceptual research, historical research, explanatory research, exploratory, empirical research, case study are there, diagnostic research is there. And apart from these, other types are also there. Those are one-time research or longitudinal research. Field setting research is there. Laboratory research is there. Simulation research is there where mathematical modeling and other modelings are done, and so on. Many different research designs are there, and in this course we are going to learn those research designs, and you will be able to decide on which research design best suits your needs. Now here we are at the stage to define the study. And study design is a process wherein the trial methodology and statistical analysis are organized to ensure that the null hypothesis is either accepted or rejected, and the conclusion arrived at reflect the truth. Here, null hypothesis we are going to discuss later on in this course. But definition of study design says that it's a method, it's a well-planned method, and which include statistical analysis also, which will be used to reject or accept the hypothesis or the question which you ask. Then significance of study design is it decides how the data is generated, how the data generated can be best analyzed. The scientific integrity of the study and the credibility of the data from the study thus substantially depends on the study design. If problematic or study design with flaw is there, then your results or your conclusion will not be reliable. Then different study designs are also there which we are going to study. We are going to study ex post facto design, then crossover design, then case control design, cohort study design we are going to study, multifactorial or all factorial designs we are going to study. And if you have any doubt, any point which you don't follow, which you fail to follow, or which you couldn't understand, you can ask those in the comments or in the question forum. Thank you for watching the video. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.